Rifle squad, waiting for orders.
Welcome to a 1v1 on Kholodny Ferma Summer. This game is going to be Para, also known as Paradox, versus Cruzz. Both great players. Played against Para many times. And I think we're a pretty even match. I think he usually beats me, so definitely a very skilled player, and I've also played against Cruzz many times. He also usually beats me, so both very good players in this game. Should be a good one. We've got US forces in the east base and Overcommando West in the west base.
Rifle squad, ready for action.
And usually in this particular matchup in these bases, I feel that U.S. Forces is at the disadvantage because of the Overcommando West's ability to harass this cutoff so powerfully and so early in the game. But it looks like Cruzz is choosing not to do that and is instead leaving his SWS here in his base and sending Sturm Pioneers for the munitions point instead, while harassing the munitions with his Volksgrenadiers, and his second Volksgrenadier squad will go to get the fuel. So Cruzz is clearly heavily prioritizing munitions off the start here, sending his first two squads to capture the high munitions points. He's probably thinking that he wants to get his first Panzerschreck out as soon as possible to deal with his opponent's early light vehicles. I have the wrong overlay on. Okay, there, now it's fixed.
Target captured. No enemy contact.
Sorry. Volksgrenadiers taking up a position in the house. Volksgrenadiers here grabbing the fuel point. We have Riflemen grabbing the munitions, or the victory point. Victory point here in the north, and rear echelons grabbing the victory point down here. Riflemen grabbing that strategic point, and a mine going down in this little thing. I think that he's probably hoping to get a squad wipe with that rather than hit a vehicle, because I don't think vehicles go through there that often. But because of the clumped space, there's a decent chance of wiping a squad as it passes through that small opening. SWS is doing some damage to this building here, taking a little bit of light damage from the Rifleman, but should be fine. Meanwhile, on the right side, Rifleman gets caught by 3 squads and is forced to retreat, but manages to get away without taking any losses. So if he gets an early ambulance, he'll be able to repair all that damage, no problem, but it's a little bit early in the game to be getting an ambulance. We have a lieutenant in production. We'll be hitting the field very soon, so I'm thinking he is going to be rushing an M20, and he'll be able to get it out quite quickly, cooking it at less than 4 minutes if he reacts soon enough. Looks like that's not what he's choosing to do, though. He's going to go instead with something else. Riflemen cutting off the strategic point here in the north. Rear echelons going to hole up inside of this house, but not going to do much. Just 2 rear echelons and an almost destroyed house. So he's repositioning them towards the munitions, but they're not going to be able to do much there either with those 2 Volksgrenadier squads. Oh, and he retreated over the mine, and only 1 model goes down. So that's actually a pretty big waste of munitions for Cruzz. Mechanized Regiment headquarters is going up. Cruzz here. Volksgrenadiers are maybe going to go down here if Cruzz doesn't pay attention. So much for that Rifleman squad. Meanwhile, this rifle squad is being forced away on the cutoff. Looks like they should get away fine. The lieutenant making its way forward. There is a utility car on the way, but it's oddly late. Could have purchased it way earlier. Instead, bringing it in at the 5-minute mark instead of 4-minute mark, and that 60 seconds is crucial to planting your mine in a timely fashion. More shoe mine going down there from Cruzz. Cruzz has not purchased any Panzerschrecks yet because he's going to be relying, I suspect, on his Puma, which is still got some time before he's going to have the fuel to bring that in. This fuel has been harassed quite a bit, and losing that full Volksgrenadier squad in the south has hurt his ability to harass other strategic points. Lieutenant detonates another mine and only one model loss on that mine, so these mines have really not been paying off for Cruzz in the least. And now there's a utility car on the field and he has no anti-tank at all, and he's cooking a flak half-track instead of a Puma. Now that he sees the M20, he's not changing his decision there. So he's going to try to make the flak half-track work. He has also chosen Luftwaffe ground forces and has produced one MG34 here. Volksgrenadiers are also harassing in the south.
Volksgrenadiers back ready. Grab your shit. Follow me. All done over here. The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
M20 forces the Volksgrenadier squad to retreat.
Area is ours.
And now that Cruzz has invested so many munitions in mines, he still has no Panzerschreck. And his only means of destroying the M20 is with this flak half-track. We do have an M20 mine going down here in the north. Cruzz is going to pretty much be forced to get a minesweeper, actually. Or just be extremely passive.
Heavy machine gun ready for action.
M20 going in on the flak half-track moving up, setting up on the move and forcing everything to move away. M20 will pop smoke here in the north. Riflemen are falling low. I'm not sure that squad of riflemen is going to escape. Fortunately, they are retreating this way instead of through the flak half-track. And he gets a lucky break and escapes just barely by a hair. MG34 moving to set up here in the center, gets forced away by this lieutenant. And a flak half-track is moving to force that lieutenant away as well. He's setting it up here in the center so that when it retreats he can attempt to wipe it completely. We will need to force the retreat with his infantry here, or possibly these infantry. Volksgrenadiers starting to work on them from a distance. Meanwhile, this harassment apparently failed. I don't even know what happened to that Volksgrenadier squad, but they all died, it looks like. That might have been a wipe. Or maybe that's the same squad as earlier. I don't know. But riflemen are retaking the south. And the lieutenant did just barely make it away by a hair. Rear echelons also being forced to retreat completely from the north.
Target captured. Prepare for enemy contact.
And Cruzz finally is purchasing his first Panzerschreck, placing it in green cover here to support his flak half-track.
Enemy attacking! Flanking attack!
Riflemen forcing those that MG34 to retreat.
Contact! Small arms fire! Battle promotion!
Target secure. Establish defensive line.
They say we are the infernal weak.
Riflemen moving up to take the north victory point. Oh! Nice squad wipe there by that flak half-track, catching that overextended rifle squad. And they were kind of clumped as they rounded the corner, and it was perfectly, worked out perfectly for that squad wipe on retreat. The M20 has taken that opportunity to harass a little bit here in the north while the flak half-track repositions. And this MG34 will be forced to retreat. There is a minesweeper there from the Sturm Pioneers.
Crew stand ready. Return fire! Return fire!
Field promotion!
Uh-oh. This doesn't look like it's gonna be good. I'm not... Yep, it's gonna hit that. There it goes. The minesweeper was moving up, but the radius of the minesweeper is just so small. He really needed to lead the way with the minesweeper rather than have it be trailing behind like that. Unfortunately, and there goes the flak half-track.
Aufgepasst. The command vehicle has converted to a static building.
He'll now need to rely completely on his MG34s for anti-infantry. He doesn't have that much infantry to contend with currently, as he did successfully wipe out one rifle squad. He's fielding a little bit, fielding a squad of Fallschirmjäger to help though. The M20 will continue continue to be a nuisance. Panzerschreck's taking up position in this house. And a Sherman is now in production. Major and ambulance have been produced here in the base. Bolshemaker falling very low and get caught on retreat by a rifle squad and the M20. Burst it down before it can escape. Meanwhile, harassment continues in the south. MG34 has taken the cutoff. It's attempting to take the south fuel. This Volksgrenadier squad taking the strategic point right by Para's base. Riflemen taking the strategic point here in the north. The Major's been equipped with LMG. That's new. So infantry company has been chosen by Para, and he's given his Major an LMG, as well as one LMG on his riflemen. And I think that Para may have chosen infantry company as a reaction to his opponent's MG34s, thinking that he had gone fortifications doctrine, because infantry is a pretty strong counter to fortifications doctrine. This time on target artillery for the PaK-43, and priests just for the generally campy nature of fortifications. MG34 is potentially the healing truck.
Anti-tank gun has taken the field.
Speaking of the healing truck, Cruzz has built one. So rather than rushing straight to tier 4, he's gone tier 3, back to tier 2. And it's going to be a very long time before any oversoldado hit the field, so... he's utilizing a very low-tech strategy here, and his Black House track dead, not really getting a whole lot of benefit out of it. Ooh, and there goes his only Panzerschreck with a lottery win HE shell.
Flanking attack!
MG34 falling very low. These riflemen coming dangerously close to being wiped, though. They will retreat just in time. MG34 falls down to only one man and will be forced to retreat. And now there's only a Raketner who stands between this Sherman and pretty much wiping out Cruzz's entire army.
We've received a field promotion.
Receiving effective fire! Protects the flank! No enemy activity.
Position secure. Unit holding.
Stern Pioneers here are going to be forced to retreat. Cruzz is trying to get some territory back, but with his one Panzerschreck squad dead, it's looking pretty grim. Map control, definitely not what it could be.
The enemy has cut our supply chain.
Major continues harassing the south, some riflemen around the area to support as well. Sherman continuing to just bully everything.
Anti-tank rockets on the field.
Battle promotion!
HE shells continuing to deal heavy damage to those Volksgrenadiers. Grenade, pretty well placed, takes out 3 models. MG34 forced away by the lieutenant. Here in the south, that Rakettenwerfer's harassment attempt will fail. Major with the M1919 will force them away. Riflemen here grabbing the strategic point. Rear echelon troops grabbing the fuel.
Get into march! Protects the flank!
Resource sector has been cut off from our supply chain.
Kettenwerfer will get cleared by the American vehicles.
We lost a gun crew.
Cruzz really on his last legs now. Major will get forced away here in the south by Sturm Pioneers.
We have fallen to 200 points.
Enemy movement! On the flank!
And a second Sherman is on its way.
Adjust fire!
We are back to combat strength.
Enemy is alerted to our presence. Prepare for counter. I'm attacking! Stop it! Get into march! Protect the flank!
MG-34 forced away by the lieutenant yet again. Still defending position in that green cover. Sherman and M20 circling around towards the south. We'll catch this
Fire!
Volksgrenadier squad. I don't know if they're going to make it back to base.
Get Verma ready.
Probably. Maybe. The way that Sherman just moved, it could happen. He will continue to chase though. HE shell misses. Here in the center, a full squad of rear echelon troops just got wiped by this force. Sherman is chasing straight into the base. There's a Kettenwerfer set up to counter. Volksgrenadier squad goes down. Kettenwerfer shot does connect, and M20 pops smoke to screen the retreat. Cruzz is still desperate for fuel and resources in general, and he's actually purchasing a second flak half-track. I thought he was going to throw up his Schwer Panzer headquarters somewhere, but decided that he needed a flak half-track instead.
Infantry assault! Fire shoots! Enemy
For anti-infantry, since he now has 3 Rakettenwerfers for anti-tank in addition to his 1 Panzerschreck, these MG-34s aren't really going to be able to do much, especially not against these LMGs. And just firing on the SWS and not really doing anything. Lieutenant, ooh! Panzerschreck's just almost wiped that lieutenant squad. Maybe that was a grenade. I wasn't quite watching closely enough. That must have been a grenade. LMGs moving to engage the Sturm Pioneers, taking heavy damage and will be forced to retreat. SWS also had to reposition a little bit. The Rakettenwerfers are moving across the right side in an attempt to support these MG-34s and try and get this fuel back under control. There are now 2 Shermans making a full assault on the right side. The flak half-track's way out of position and it instantly goes down before it can even engage anything. The Rakettenwerfers are set up to fire on the Shermans. One gets cleared. Slowly rotating, the M20 is moving to try and decrew them. I bet 2 Sherman will get away alive. This Sherman attempting to interfere with the firing of that Volksgrenadier squad and wipes it with its crush. M20 pops smoke to cover the Sherman as it circles around. Yeah, MG-34s are screening against riflemen advancing. But all of Para's vehicles look like they're going to survive that push. And Cruzz is left with no flak half-track, no Volksgrenadiers remaining. Oh, the M20 just went down to the base defenses. But it doesn't matter. Cruzz knows he can't come back from that situation and surrenders. So that was a pretty quick one. Thanks for watching. That's it.